care, on these customer care desks, in chat, efficiencies, as long as you're monitoring it, creating responses that are approved, and so on, and will give you more efficiency and time with your business. And I think that's a key area where it's going to do great things.
Amazing. And I think a big theme of this conversation, talking all things tech and systems, is being able to pivot, knowing when to pivot, knowing how to pivot. And so I'd love for you all to kind of give your best piece of advice for new entrepreneurs who need to hone in that skill. What would you kind of tell them, Lauren, if you want to kick it off?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, just to kind of finish out the tech piece of it, I would say that really community is a big thing in tech that I've seen. And like these ladies were saying, is integrating AI into community. And so I'll just give a quick little backstory of how we've seen this. We got invited to a summit from the founder of Mighty Network, which is our community platform. And we got a little insight into what they're developing there. And it was fascinating because they are using tech truly to connect people on a whole new level. So you may have seen, if you're in our portal now, you may have seen some of this start to roll out. You'll be scrolling through and it will say, meet so-and-so who is near you, who has the same specialty as you. It's going to get to the point where it's saying, go meet up with so-and-so because they're near you and they do the same thing. And they are looking for a co-working buddy. It's going to be that level to where you can connect digitally, and it's getting smarter to help you make those connections. So that's a big thing I think is rolling out that we've been definitely seeing is tech into communities, and so we're really excited about that. Yeah, and then I would say for the power of the pivot, as we like to say, I would say the first thing before you pivot or make any decision to change direction is clarity, ultimate clarity. Getting really clear on what you want, right? Because you can't just aimlessly walk towards somewhere if you don't have a destination, right? You're just gonna end up lost. And so having that set destination, having that set journey that you're trying to get to, that's gonna help you determine if you need to pivot. Because maybe you only need to pivot 2 degrees. Maybe it's a slight tweak. It's not a full hard right. It's just a small tweak. It's not that far off. So I'd say before any pivots happen, get extreme clarity, get clear on what you're trying to achieve, and then determine if you need to pivot, what's working, what's not, and where you can optimize it.
Priscilla?
Yeah, I would just say this too. I've talked to some people in this room already today of maybe you are looking at a career pivot too. And so this could be a pivot in your business, this can be a pivot in your career, and sometimes a pivot is scary. And so I just want to bring light to that. And the reason why maybe it's scary is really what you're trying to say is it feels uncomfortable to go in a different way than I've gone before. It feels uncomfortable to move and groove differently than I've maybe moved in the past. And in order to get a different result, sometimes you have to move different. And that's going to be uncomfortable. But the cool thing is that comfort and growth do not coexist. In order to grow, you have to get uncomfortable. And you have to get comfortable with getting uncomfortable. And because that is where you're really going to see yourself evolving and then your business evolving. And it's not going to be sometimes this big aha peak of the mountain moment of that oh my gosh, I figured it all out. This pivot was the pivot, baby, right? It's those slight things and that's that slight evolution that's going to get you. So that's why I say every day get a little bit uncomfortable. Every day move in a different way that's gonna get you to a place of knowing more, doing different things where you're gonna end up getting to where you wanna be. Just from my own perspective of 4 years ago, I was working in corporate America. I was at Warner Brothers, I was working at Bumble, I was working at Red Bull, and I just happened to meet some really amazing women and decided that I wanted my life to be different. I wanted my trajectory to be different, and that was the scariest thing that I ever did in my life. It was the scariest thing I ever did, leaving a really nice cushy salary, leaving benefits, leaving all these things to open up a member center on a Monday, and not really knowing what was going to be next. I remember sitting with Angie, I said, I'm just going to leave. And she was like, are you sure you're going to do that? And everything that I've done and we've done collectively together since that moment has been so uncomfortable. It has been so scary, and but it's been so cool and so worth it too, to get to this moment today. And I know that it's only going to get better, and through that has been some big pivots and some little ones, but it's where it got me today that is like the best. And I know I talked to somebody in here earlier that it's knowing like that maybe you might be on the verge of giving up right now. It feels hard, you feel burnt out, you feel like you don't know if you can pivot one more time. And don't. Because there is so many people in this room, there's so many people on this planet that want to help you, that want to see you succeed, that will give you the resources, the tools, the knowledge to get you there. So that's just my piece of advice.
That's all really, really great advice. I don't think I can top any of that. I think I want to just add to it.